Hey guys, it's me, Christina, and I'm doing my Bible study. This is take 2 because the first time I didn't even push start. I didn't even push record. I'm reading in the book of Mathew, which I really enjoy. And I'm at chapter 4, so it's talking about the temptation of Jesus. So even Jesus went through temptations. And what I'm picking up on is that at the root of every temptation that the enemy is offering is pride. Like, we'll take the first one. Oh, sorry, guys. And when the tempter came to him, he said, "If thou be the Son of God." If you really, and I'm sure he said it in some kind of snarky, like, if you really are the Son of God, then you'll do this. Prove yourself, prove yourself. And if it were not Jesus and it were somebody else, they would automatically get into their feels like, I'll show you who I am. I'll show you, especially if you had all of the power and all of the authority and all of the might that Jesus knew he had. Oh, I'll show you who I am. But Jesus never made it about himself. He was always about his Father's will. He was always about a bigger and a better picture. He never made it about himself. So the devil was trying to get him to get into his flesh. The devil was trying to get him to get into pride. If thou be the Son of God, can't you command the stones to be bread? If you really are the Son of God. Like, how condescending. What a jerk. But the key to that is pride. He's trying to get him to get into his flesh. He's trying to get him to give an answer. He's trying to get him to act in pride, to act in his flesh, to show him, like, what an imbecile, that Satan was. Like, this, you're talking to the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords and the Almighty Everlasting, wrapped in a shell of flesh. And you're going to challenge him? Like, really? Haven't you already done that? But he answers with scripture. This is like, I want to be like Jesus. I want to stop feeling like I need to give an answer to myself for things. But he answered and said, "It is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God." So he's like, oh, he didn't get him. He couldn't get him in his feels. He couldn't get him, as easily as he can get us in our feelings, as easy as he can get us to be offended. Jesus is like, no, I will not be offended. I will not take offense because, look who's talking. Really? Like, I'm going to allow you to offend me? And then look at the next one. And he said to him, "If thou be the Son of God, cast thyself down, for it is written, he shall give the angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest any time thou dash thy foot against a stone." I'm sorry. I have, this is an old Bible, and I have a lot of old markings that have begun to fade. Once again, it's pride. If you really are who you say you are, He wants him to get into his feelings and be like, okay, bet. But Jesus is like, I see right through you. I know who you are. I see right through you. Why would I allow you to bother me? This is why it's so important to not walk in pride, but to walk in humility. I am trying my best to do that, to be unmovable, to be unshaken, to not let people's words move me. Yeah, that's a struggle for me. And if I'm honest, people pleasing is prideful too. I'm people pleasing because I want their acceptance. Jesus answers again. Jesus said unto them, It is written again, Thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. And again, the devil taketh him up into an exceeding high place. Now you have to know that Jesus is allowing the devil to make himself look like an idiot. Okay? He's like, fine, whatever. Just get it over with. And the devil didn't have power over Jesus. Jesus allowed that for a moment. The devil took him into an exceedingly high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them. Like, how stuck on yourself do you have to be? You're showing the man his own belongings. Like, he made that. He made the kingdoms. He made this world, this earth. He made you. And yet, you're offering what he made, what already belongs to him. You're offering. That's stupid. Showeth him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them, and saith unto him, All these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. Okay, this part kills me. You're gonna offer Jesus what already belongs to him. Anyways, but Jesus didn't tell him off. He didn't call him stupid. He didn't give him a smackdown. He just said, Get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, Thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve. Then the devil left him. I'm reading in King James, but I'm like translating it to like normal language. I apologize. I don't know why I'm yawning all of a sudden. Then the devil leaveth him, and behold, angels came and ministered to him. Jesus didn't talk back. He didn't smack talk him. He didn't feel the need to prove himself, even though he was God wrapped in a flesh suit. He was literally God. But he felt no need to prove himself to this Yahoo. He felt no need to prove himself. It shows you how humble he was For the amount of glory and power, authority and strength that he possessed, they did not possess him. He possessed authority, strength, splendor, glory, but they did not possess him. Looking for my tissue. Did I leave it over here? Yes, I left it over here. My poor nose is like a continual faucet. So, this is something I want to work on in my own life. Not feeling the need to prove myself. If somebody challenges my character or challenges me, I need to stop having the need to prove myself. I need the Lord to help me to walk in humility because I have nothing to be boastful about. Nothing to be boastful about except for Jesus, of course. But Jesus is the boss. Like, the way he answered these, he did not get in his emotions. He did not get in his feeling. He did not get in his flesh. But he was just like, this is what the word says. And finally he's like, get behind me, Satan. Come on now. Like, just get behind me. I got stuff to do. Let's go. I don't have time for this. So at the beginning, at the head of all of these temptations was pride. And Satan was trying to get him into pride, into his flesh, into his feelings. And how quick are we sometimes to be like, somebody judges our character and we know we're not perfect. I've never ever said that I was perfect, anywhere near it. But somebody judges our character and we just want to prove ourselves. Why? Why do we feel the need to prove ourselves? People are going to see us the way they see us. Not everybody's going to love us, and we shouldn't even we shouldn't even have that need to be accepted by anybody but Jesus. We all want to be accepted. We all want to be validated. But really, we only need it from the Lord. And that's a big thing that I'm working on right now in my life. I tried making 2 videos to talk about this, and I wound up deleting them both. So I've done told y'all several times by now, because sometimes I forget what I say, what I don't say. That the man, I believe, no, that's not true. The man that was believed to be my biological, that I had some form of relationship with when I was younger, had passed away. And he told that side of the family a bunch of things. Basically that it was my fault, that the reason that we don't have any kind of relationship is my fault because I just left him for my dad. No. My dad, which is the man that's married to my mom, that's my dad, he stepped up to the plate and took care of what this other guy didn't. My dad stepped up to the plate, so of course he became my dad. You know, dad is a title that's earned. And this man stepped up and was my dad. I'm talking about my dad, not the biological, but my dad. He stepped up and he became my dad, and he took care of me, and he's been there ever since, and I am a complete daddy's girl. But this other man that barely knew me, did not make the effort, told the rest of the family that I didn't want nothing to do with him because I had a dad. Like, blamed it all on me. And told the whole rest of the family this. So, I'm talking to an aunt that I love, this aunt. And she was like, you know that you had a wrong in this too, right? And things that I had heard that he had said to people, the way it made me look, and I was really upset. I was really upset. And so the Lord was like, they don't know you. They're not judging your character. They're judging by somebody else's opinion of you, not by your true character. They don't know your true character because they don't know you. So never, ever, ever allow somebody's words to pierce, to hurt you if they don't know you, because it's not true, because they don't know you to know if it's true or not. And I won't lie, I got hurt. That hurt me. Because I won't get into the whole story. Because of what I went through. Because of him. And now, it's my fault that we never had a relationship. It's my fault. Okay. But reading this scripture showed me, you know what? They're not judging my character because they don't know me. And Satan wants to use this situation for me to get into my feels, to get into my pride, to choose anger, to choose unforgiveness, to like, what's the word? Wallow in these feelings. But Jesus just nipped it in the bud and was like, how can they righteously judge you when they don't know you? And I was like, Lord, you know what? You're right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I can get into such a way that I want approval. I mean, we all crave approval. We all do. But that's got to come from the Lord. And I've grown up being such a people pleaser. Never standing up for myself. Just... Anyways. But it was just like, you know what? No, I don't accept that. I don't accept what they say because they don't have enough information to go off of to judge me. They don't know me. And they can believe whatever they want to believe. I don't feel a need to correct it. Because they'll probably just go right back to ignoring my existence. Which is exactly what happened. You know, it was my dad that told me, he calls me Joey. He said, they don't know you, Joey. They don't know you. They don't understand what they're saying because they don't know you. And he said, you know, that man never got to experience what a loving daughter you are. And the love that you have to give and the care that you have to give. You never got to have. I call my hugs with my dad hugs. Sometimes I just go through things that I need a dad hug. And it's like he'll never experience a dad hug. He'll never know what it's like to be your dad and to have you as a daughter. And that's on him. And it just made me realize, like, it doesn't matter what they think of me because they don't know me. They don't know me. Like, there's a difference if somebody that does know me has something against me, because if I did something wrong, I want to admit to it and I want to apologize. But for people that I don't know to just automatically judge me for something that they have no clue about. Yeah. And so I had to put my foot down. I've been doing a lot of self-reflecting lately. I've been doing a lot of, ever since this happened, I've been doing a lot of reflecting on my life. Because it makes you realize how quickly life goes by. And I ask myself, like, what is it that I accept into my life just because it's what I've always done? You know, like when I was younger, I allowed people to treat me however. And it's a long story, I'm not going to get into it. But, these scriptures really helped me to understand that when the devil has tempted me with something that makes me feel like I need to prove myself, that's pride. That's pride. Yes, I need to show up in my life. I need to show up in my loved one's life. I need to be a good person and do what this book says. Other than that, the extra is up to me. I kind of grew up feeling like I owed everyone something. And sometimes as an adult, I still feel that way. And I can still feel that way. And the only one I owe anything to is Jesus. I owe my life to him. I always want to remain a kind, loving, and genuine person to the best of my abilities. But I want to do that because I want to love people well, not because I'm seeking validation. And not because I'm seeking their approval. And not because I want to feel needed. But just because I love them. Alright, this has gone too deep too fast. So, before I go, would you guys like to do a Bible study with me? Or would you like me to just come back and share nuggets as I find them as I read through the Bible? Because Matthew has been a good one. Oh, especially, I believe this was chapter 2. Chapter 2 was so good. As you can tell. Hi, Pika. Hi, baby. You want on my lap? Okay, get on my lap. Get on my lap. I'm almost done. I'm almost done, I promise. Yeah, Matthew has been really good. I've really been enjoying it. I've been taking my time and just digging into the scriptures. Be careful, Mama. Because I want to meditate on what I read. You want to say hi, Peek Peek? You want to say hi? You want to say hi? Alright guys, I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of my day. And obviously Pika wants a cuddle, so I'm gonna go give Pika a cuddle. I know, I love you too. But let me know, would you like a Bible study? I'll make it short, so if you guys didn't make it to the end of this video, which I understand it's long. Just they're still short. Okay.